They get the A's again. Brian MATUSZ will take the mound today as the Orioles look to get back on the W trail. It's the Orioles on Masson, and welcome everybody. Camden Yards is the site as the A's come in to take on the Orioles. The Orioles in this long homestand, having lost 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays to open it up. For the Orioles, they go up against a team which over the past decade, in fact, has given them a lot of trouble, primarily because of the great pitching that Oakland brings with them to every ball game. But since the Orioles last saw these A's, things have changed. Take a look at the numbers on the 3-game sweep in Oakland when the A's took all 3. And what's happened since then? They've lost 6 in a row. Batting average has dumped way down. Their runs per ball game down by almost 2. The ERA has shot up by almost 4. The starter ERA by almost 5. And the opponent batting average almost 100 points better. Ooh. For the A's, those are some tough numbers. So they come in here, much like the Orioles, Flanny, really struggling here to find a way to put some W's up.
Yeah, two teams kind of searching for who they are at the moment. Certainly with the Athletics, it's about pitching. They've allowed, I think, 42 runs in that 0-6 run that they've been on, and their hitting has really been non-existent. And the Orioles are trying to rebound from kind of the same malady, I guess, not scoring the runs at the opportune time, not getting the pitching when needed. So this is going to be a head-to-head battle.
Brian MATUSZ, Oriole fans, happy to have him back, and Flanny gets to go again his second start.
Yeah, his first time out, he was really terrific for the long layoff out in Seattle. Pitched extremely well. 5 2/3, ran deep enough into the ball game. I think it jumped out was really the no walks. His command was, I think, much better than even they could have hoped for. So he's done extremely well. They're happy to have him back in the rotation after the adjustment with Bergeson and Tillman out. So it brings back a young lefty, and certainly young lefties in this Eastern Division is something that you want to have. So you can see his numbers, career against the Athletics, 8 strikeouts and a win. That goes back to April. If you go back to April of last year, that was a real big win for the Orioles at that time, and to get one out of a rookie was a big deal.
And for the Orioles, now the hope is that the offense can get going and provide a little run support in this ball game. The Orioles just have not been able to put many hits together, and a startling number from that wipeout in Oakland. They had 1 extra base hit in 3 games.
Yeah, some staggering numbers of non-power numbers. Really, I think they've had a grand slam, a double, and mostly singles, it seems like, over the last 2 weeks. So they got to find their stroke.
Tough to score runs with only singles. Let's see if they can get more than that when we come back. Orleans. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Camden Yards, a warm day here in Baltimore and a warm evening to start this ball game. Up but not particularly humid. Take a look at our train game time temperature, 86 degrees. Humidity, though, just at 43%. Little gentle breeze, hardly moving the flags, and partly cloudy skies. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Take a look at the starting lineup for Bob Guerin's A's, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Crisp, Barton, and Jackson, Willingham, Suzuki, and Ellis. Rosales just reinstated today. Sweeney and Pennington. Ryan Sweeney with some real good numbers average-wise against the O's.
Tonight's Scouting Report is brought to you by AFCIA. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And for Brian MATUSZ tonight, it would be score for me. When the teams score him 4 or more, as the Orioles and the Athletics, they both have outstanding evenings. For the Orioles, they're 21-8 when they score 4 or more. And streaking, going back to last year, end of the season 6-0, so he's still on that very productive streak. And plead the fourth. By the fourth inning, he gives up almost half his runs. So the first 3 innings will be crucial to Brian MATUSZ and his success tonight.
The numbers for Brian, who will try and put up his second victory against this Oakland team in his career. Oakland does come in with a 6-game losing streak, and COCO Crisp at the top of the order will lead it off. COCO had a 3 for 8 against the Orioles in the 3-game set, and the pitch to him will be taken for a strike, and we are underway. Crisp dangerous, of course, if he gets on base with the speed he's got. 18 stolen bases and 23 chances. And that pitch will miss away. Switch hitter who's hitting .212, just .212 right-handed, and .284 left-handed. Those are the kind of numbers where you start thinking about maybe hitting only one way. 1-1 delivery off the end of the bat and foul.
That's been that kind of a year for COCO Crisp, but certainly for Brian MATUSZ, happy to be back in the big leagues and off that long disabled list.
Bob Guerin's ball club has fallen 9 games behind in the division. They are 27-33 on the year. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that will be taken outside for a ball. And MATUSZ with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The veteran Mike Winters is working the plate tonight. Mike Everett, Chris Guccione, and Corey Blazer, the umpiring crew for this series. 2-2 delivery coming to Crisp, and got him. And you saw him have to recoil and try and regroup on that one.
This is what they call the old 3-part swing. You swing at the high pitch and then try to hit the low pitch. Late breaking. Nice finish to that breaking ball.
Our pitch track sponsored by Papa John's. Order online at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Derek Barton, one of the hotter hitters in the lineup at the moment, even though he's hitting only .224. He has a 3-game hit streak coming into this ball game. This lineup has been shuffled innumerable times this year by Guerin, and he has done it again tonight in this ball game, trying to find people in the right spots to generate some runs for a team that, much like the Orioles, is having trouble doing that. 0-1 count on him. 12 doubles, and he's going to put one to center that'll fall in for a base hit. So Barton immediately extends his hit streak to 4 games with a 1-out single.
I think the Orioles defense did not commit an error yesterday. Broke a 5-game error streak, I guess. Reynolds will be in left, Jones in center, Markakis will play right, Reynolds and Hardy on the left side, and Dino and Derek Lee at first. Matt Wieters back behind the plate tonight.
And that will bring up Connor Jackson. Connor Jackson's in a platoon situation right now with this ball club, between playing the outfield and left, DHing, and not hitting necessarily in games against right-handers. And the breaking ball is going to be in there for a strike to him. Jackson is hitting .362 against left-handers and .184 against right-handers. He makes the start in left field in this ball game. He's also done some DHing. Matsui's not hitting at all. He is out of the lineup tonight. 0-1 delivery. Connor Jackson takes it inside for a ball.
Hey, you talk about bullpens, how they usually have the matchup left-handers and right-handers in a bullpen. This is a lineup that's like matchup hitters. And it used to be, if you want to go back to the old days, they say, what is he hitting? They'd say, well, he's hitting 265, not just 180 from one side and 320 from the other.
1-1 delivery on the way to him. A fastball is going to miss down low. That is the case with Oakland. I mean, they're just moving people all over the place. They shuffled 4 players today. Kuzminoff, they've given up on for the moment. They've sent the infielder down. He was optioned out today. They optioned out De Los Santos. He is gone to AAA today as well. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Long look over to first base, and that will be fouled off. Adam Rosales was added to the roster from the 60-day DL today. And they've also called up Scott Sizemore from AAA, who's joined the team. So they made player moves today. Bob Guerin just getting to see who he's got. Brian Anderson, their starting pitcher, who started yesterday, has gone back to the Bay Area for medical examination. He's got a bad elbow. He thinks he may need Tommy John surgery. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Connor Jackson waiting on it, and he'll loft that one into left center field for a base hit. The turn by Barton. He's going to go to third. Chance at second. Here's the throw. Jackson is out. He had the play in front of him, trying to stretch a single to a double. Adam Jones able to get it there in time to get him.
Well, they're trying to be aggressive. They haven't been scoring runs and try to take it to the Oriole defense. Adam Jones, little bit of a bobble on the heel. Accurate throw. 1 hop to second base. I think Jackson thought he got his left hand in, avoiding the tag. The ball
that will be the 7th assist for Adam.
Well, I said that left hand get around.
Well, Chris Guccione was perfectly positioned
He
to
could
see
be
it.
He's closer than we are.
Yep. Right there, that looked like he was safe.
Yep. In the backyard, you'd have been safe.
You'd have been safe.
Been argued over it.
Yeah. Especially if you own the ball. Right. And the pitch will be taken for a strike by Willingham. Josh Willingham, 23 RBIs in the last 22. And against the Orioles, big numbers. He had a 5 for 11 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs in the series in Oakland. And he's a 400 hitter lifetime. Runner at third base, and there are 2 down, 2 strike count.
Yeah, among the leaders in strikeouts, but at the same time, he holds the highest batting average against the Orioles, using 50 at bats as kind of a barometer.
245 off left-handers for him, and the delivery is down to third base and foul. That went behind Barton, the base runner.
But that is a big out on the base pass. Second and third and 1 out, or first and third is probably what it should have ended up being.
And we should mention here in the first inning the number we were talking about, Mike. The A's have outscored the Orioles in the first inning 21-1 since 08.
It's staggering. We talked about that the Athletics have won 20 of the last 24 meetings, and in that time 21 first inning runs for Oakland, 1.
That's amazing. That is just amazing. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and swung on and missed, and MATUSZ is out of it with a couple of Ks and a big play by Adam Jones, who gets his 7th assist to help out in the inning. Orioles brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Andino, Markakis, and Jones, Guerrero, Lee, and Wieters, Hardy, Reynolds, and Reimold. Vladdy lifetime numbers, 111 games against the A's.
So AFC intelligent report, and for Gio Gonzalez will be that he is a night owl. 1.75 ERA. That is first in the league in night ERA. K-zone, third in the league in strikeouts, 8.8 per 9 innings of work. So he is a power arm with plus breaking stuff. And he likes to right coast, not the left. 2 of his 3 starts here, he's allowed just 3 runs.
Gio Gonzalez outing against the Orioles was 2 starts ago, and he certainly looked pretty good as he went a couple of runs and 5 hits over 5 innings, struck out 7 and walked only 5. And again, the Orioles in that series against Oakland had 1 extra base hit. They had 19 hits and 20 total bases. They had 1 double from J.J. Hardy in the 3rd game of that 3-game set. So the pitching really held the Orioles offense down to virtually nothing in that series. One ball, 1 strikeout. Andino, 3-game hit streak, make it 4. Sweeney will get it. And the Orioles get the leadoff man on here in the first inning. And boy, Andino is just cleaning up on left-handers.
Yeah, exactly. He likes his pitch up and out over the plate. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And just stays inside of it. Nice clean single to right.
So Andino gets on against Gonzalez. If the Orioles can push across another first inning run here, Andino's hitting over 370 against the lefties. That's where Nick Markakis wishes he was. Nick is 256 off lefties. Jim Presley and he working on it today. We were doing a look at some projected numbers. You see the 2010 average and where it is now. Home run projections, where they would be, 11 compared to 12. RBIs down a little bit for him. And the slugging percentage definitely down. Pitches in there for a strike. So for Nick and the big doubles number, that's a big change. On the projection, 11 when he had 45.
Yeah, that's the big number, that extra base number.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery, and there's a wicked breaking ball right there. As they'd say in Moxie country. Wicked. Wicked good pitch right there.
High.
Yes, sir. And the count goes to 1-2. He really bent that one in. Left-handers hit 222 off Gonzalez. Right-handers 223. Not much difference there. Nobody hits him very well. He's given up 5 home runs, 3 to right-handers, 2 to lefties. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Andino on at first base. Markakis to the hole. Pennington does not get the out. Pennington will be charged with the error, as he had at least 1 at second base if he can handle it cleanly.
Well, he even double clutches after the first miscue. Right here he drops it and misses it the second time. That's when he gets in trouble and just taking a little bit too long. I thought he still had a chance. First being tailor-made. And then it's a bang-bang play at second base. A couple of close ones early at second base.
So now the Orioles with a real chance to do something in the first. Here is Adam Jones with 2 on and nobody out. And Adams, the hottest hitter in the Orioles lineup. Last 5 games, 450, home run, 2 RBIs, leader in runs, RBIs, and average at 299 on the year. And he'll take the breaking ball in for a strike. Adams hitting 284 off lefties, 306 off right-handers. Right-handed pitcher Garrett Cole, first pick, Pittsburgh, in the draft tonight. We'll have an update for you live from Sarasota, where the Orioles are headquartering for the draft tonight. The Orioles picked 4th, but Garrett Cole, the right-handed pitcher out of UCLA, has gone as expected in the number 1 spot to the Pirates. 2 strike count on Jones. Adam with a 5-game hit streak. ball to short. Pennington and Ellis on the relay and a big double play. And Dino will move over to third base, but now there are 2 down.
Well, they get an instant second chance at the double play grounder. Adam Jones, this one handled cleanly. Nice exchange to Ellis.
So the runner now at third base, and that'll bring up Vladdy. Vladdy has had 3 hits in his last 11 at bats. 2 down. Guerrero takes it inside. Seattle picked Danny Hulston, a junior out of Virginia, left-handed pitcher. A little bit of a surprise there that he would go second. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and Guerrero on the big cut. Nice play by Suzuki to hang on to that. Trevor Bauer, a right-handed pitcher out of UCLA, was selected third by Arizona. So the Orioles pick is coming right now, and we will have a live report as soon as that decision is made. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 away. Guerrero trying to get the runner in from third as the defense has come to the aid of both pitchers here in the first inning. Vladdy is over the top of that one, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count. You can see early on why these 2 lefties can really pitch.
Yeah, there's some stuff there tonight. Gonzalez all above average across the board, breaking ball and changeup.
And he gets the big 2-out RBI. Guerrero. Jackson will get it back in. Vladdy's going to try for 2. Here's the throw, and he is out. Well, the innings look very similar in the top and the bottom part. The key is that the Orioles got a run, as Guerrero will be credited with a single and an RBI and a 1-0 lead. Boy, are they hot. Mark Reynolds right behind him, tied with Jack Hanahan at Cleveland. Then Crespo, Kuzmanov, who has been sent down today, and Longoria. Call today for the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. Brian MATUSZ going to work here against Kurt Suzuki, the catcher. Suzuki had a 3 for 13 in the 3-game set in Oakland against the Orioles. MATUSZ's pitch, and that's going to be taken. And he'll fall behind on Suzuki, 2-0. Suzuki with a .239 average, 9 doubles, and 4 home runs for extra base hits. And he will step out, and MATUSZ will step off. Suzuki 3 for 9 off the Oriole left-hander, and that's going to be away. So a lot of defense played and not played in that first inning. By the way, that's an unearned run that the Orioles got. Picked up on 2 hits and error, and nobody left on base in the inning. MATUSZ will get it in 3-1.
Well, ties their all-time high for a run in an inning over the last 24 games against the A's, though.
And they get off to a 1-0 lead in their toughest inning to score all year. And a whipped foul by Kurt Suzuki, who really turned on that one.
Well, tonight's featuring a couple of pretty good catchers. Wieters behind the plate and Suzuki at the plate. They have the highest fielding percentage among catchers in the league. Both at .997.
3-2 delivery to Suzuki will be grounded foul again. He's hitting about 100 points better against left-handers than righties. .311 against the right-handers for Suzuki. Here in Baltimore, this is not a park where he's hit particularly well. He brings just a .220 batting average here at Camden Yards in his career. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be up high. So there is a leadoff walk in the second inning. Maryland Lottery's double play contestant of the game, Linda Whitaker from Baltimore. Every double play the Orioles turn, $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery. Linda, see how you can turn double plays into cash and a chance to win O's prizes. Go to mdlottery.com/double play. Linda, you got a chance right here. That'll bring Ellis up to the plate. Second baseman hitting .213. It's been a struggle. And the breaking ball just slips and ends up way high. That'll bring Wieters out. Last year, the left-handers against Brian MATUSZ had only .218 and right-handers .266. Perhaps more importantly, he gave up 19 home runs and 17 of them were hit by right-handers. So here at last is a left-hander where the book actually applies.
It matters, yes.
We haven't seen that very much this year. Most left-handers have been getting out the right-handers. And that pitch will miss inside. Mark Ellis ahead on the count 2-0.
Just remember how well MATUSZ pitched against the Red Sox last year. To that point, at the end of the year, David Ortiz wasn't even in the lineup. But he really handled those tough Boston left-handers.
Ellis is 1 for 5 off MATUSZ. Will one-hop that one over towards the seats. He had a good series against the Orioles in Oakland. He went 4 for 12 with a home run and an RBI. The A's with Suzuki on at first base. And nobody out second inning. Orioles come in 7 games out behind the division leader. That number's starting to creep up. The Yankees have won 2 in a row and the Red Sox have won 3 in a row. They are 1-2 in the division. Oakland has dropped all the way down from a virtual tie with Texas about 10 days ago to a 6-game margin now behind the Rangers, who have won 9 of their last 10. And that is a high strike call right there. Ellis didn't think so, and he goes to 3-2.
Take a look at this 3-1 pitch to Ellis. Upper extremity of the strike zone. But you're right. Sometimes you lose 6 in a row, and clubs around you may lose 3 or 4, and you don't lose much ground. It seems like for every game they lost a game in the standings.
Runner was going. Markakis will get back. So will Suzuki. He was all the way down to second base. Ellis retired on the fly ball to right. Well, MATUSZ gets the out, having to come back after falling behind in the count. And that will bring up Rosales. It's quite a day for him. Adam Rosales came off the 60-day DL. He had rehabbed at AAA Sacramento. Third baseman Kevin Kuzminoff was the one sent down for that spot. He missed all of spring training. Fractured right foot. They put him on the DL, so this is his first game of the year. And a real off-speed breaking ball is in there for a strike.
Yeah, 2 fresh players, Brian MATUSZ and Rosales at the plate.
He's 28 years old, hit .271, 7 homers and 31 RBIs last year for Oakland, played in 80 games. He went on the DL in mid-August last year. Runner on at first base and 1 down. And a breaking ball he had a double clutch on. Jones has it. 2 outs. There are the roster moves we were talking about. You see Grant Belfour, and on paternity leave, not available. Adam Rosales back. Scott Sizemore called up. Kevin Kuzman off. Third baseman down. De Los Santos, right-handed pitcher, down. And Andy LaRoche has been designated for assignment. And Brett Anderson has gone back home to have the elbow looked at. That's a lot of people movement in the last 2 days. Here's Ryan Sweeney, and he will take it for a strike. Sweeney is making his first start against a left-hander, which may tell you a little more about the state of the bench for Oakland than it does about Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney, he's got 7 at-bats against lefties, 0 for 7. And he'll foul that back. Again, we will have word on the Orioles selection, 4th round. They're making the pick now. Joe Jordan, director of amateur scouting, will be calling us from Sarasota, and we'll get him on the air to talk about the Orioles pick. 0-2 count, 2 away. And MATUSZ's pitch will be taken down low. Orioles getting the run in the first inning to jump out to the 1-0 lead, each team with a couple of hits early. 1-2 delivery, and Sweeney will pop that up. Wieters will take a look, but it'll be over the screen. Brian trying to keep this pitch count at an efficient level, but it is already up to 37.
Yeah, it's gotten up there quickly.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Wieters sets out way upside. The runner goes. Pitch gets fouled back. A very big jump for Kurt Suzuki that time, as Brian MATUSZ really wasn't looking over there at him.
Yeah, he was almost trapped. Once he lifted his leg and he takes up, nothing he can do, and he just has to complete his delivery. And he actually gets a little lucky that it's not a ball high. Would have been an easy stolen base for Suzuki.
One, 2 count, 2 down. And that's going to be slashed into left, and Reynolds there to get it. No runs, no hits, no errors. A leadoff walk left stranded. Lee, Wieters, and Hardy due up. Orioles lead. Pick of the draft. He's only 18 years old, out of Oklahoma. Good size to him. You see the numbers. 90-mile-an-hour fastball that can get to 100 according to the reports on him. Hard cut fastball, curveball, and a developing changeup, and an Oriole connection. There you see the selection. Dylan Bundy, his brother, his older brother, Bobby, was an 8th round pick in 2008 by the Orioles, and he is now pitching at Frederick. So with the ping of the bat
and a cloud of dust.
And a hearty congratulations, selected number 4. Here's Derrek Lee, and he will take the pitch outside for a ball. First round selections will go tonight. The rest of the rounds start at noon tomorrow and continue into Wednesday. Derrek Lee getting his first shot against Oakland on the season. He was not on the roster, still on the DL when the Orioles made that trip out west. Gonzalez will get it in on the fist, and that's going to be fouled straight back. Taking a look at the projections for Derrek on the year. He hit .260 last year, hitting .232 now. Home runs, he had 19 last year, projected out to 11 for this year. And in RBIs, 80 last year, projected at 43. That's based on 119 games played because of injury. That is fouled back. We're going to try and do some of these projections each night just to take a look, and that's all they are projections based on what the players are doing now. But we are at that point of the season where things tend to start to be what they are.
Yeah, you start looking, the at-bats are starting to accumulate. Innings are starting to mount. And the type of season you're having is really starting to settle in and develop.
Breaking ball will miss outside. Trying to tantalize him with that one, and it's 3-2.
And some players up over 200 at bats at this point. That's a third of the way there. 600 is kind of the normal season.
3-2 delivery to Lee, and he'll take that one to center for a base hit. Gonzalez put that one in the sweet zone, and Lee was not going to miss it. The leadoff single. Orioles take on the A's tomorrow night. Don't miss your chance to save. Every Tuesday is Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Upper reserve seats, $9 in advance. Hope you'll come out to the yard, see some baseball. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Orioles get their third hit of the ball game off Gonzalez, and the leadoff man on in each of the first 2. Gonzalez coming in has retired 66% of leadoff batters. Runner goes. Suzuki's throw is into center field, and they're going to try for third. Lee, the speedster, goes in, getting 2. A stolen base and an error.
Well, being a little frisky again. He steals it on the left-hander, goes on first move. Nice read by Derrek Lee. Really caught the A's by surprise.
Suzuki will be charged with the error. Lee will be credited with the stolen base. It is his second of the year. He's 2 for 2.
That's the most stolen bases he's stolen in 3 seasons now. He had just had 1 the last couple of seasons.
Wow. And the count goes to 2-0. Suzuki, as Mike mentioned, throws out 38%. And Gonzalez came in with 4 stolen bases against him in 6 chances. 2-0 delivery will be looped into right field. Sweeney diving, can't get it. Waiters will make the turn. He's got the RBI. Lee will score, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead in the game.
Well, I'm not sure how this ends up. I thought Sweeney was going to get to this ball. I think he does. He just misses it. This goes under his glove. And Derrek Lee will jaunt home with the second run.
Waiters has his 28th RBI, continues to be the leader in average with runners in scoring position. And the Orioles 2 singles to start the second inning. J.J. Hardy, and he will take a strike on the outside corner. Hardy taking a look down to third. Willie Randolph with the signs. 104 career stolen bases for Derrek Lee now. And the pitch is taken inside. And the problems error-wise continue for this Oakland team. They've committed now 45 errors. Second in the American League, and they have now allowed 33 unearned runs. Second most in the majors. 1-1 breaking ball, and that's going to miss outside.
Yeah, their numbers defensively have really taken a turn for the worse. And their team ERA, just the last time I looked, was in the 2s, and now you have all these unearned runs, and now it's well over 3.2.
And that's going to be a base hit into left field. Wieters will stop at second, and Hardy is on. The Orioles have 3 hits in a row here in the second inning. Maybe it's because they're excited about that draft pick. Joe Jordan, how are you?
Doing fine, guys.
Joe's,
how are you?
I'm very well. Tell us, is this selection the one that you expected? Were you surprised of the availability?
No, we kind of got some clarity on it, a couple hours ago, and that's the guy we wanted, and we're glad he got to us.
Dylan Bundy is his name. Tell us your description.
Well, he's a power pitcher that has a feel to pitch, and so I think it's sometimes you don't get both ingredients, but we really like the arsenal. It's a good arsenal, but this kid is a pitcher. He knows how to pitch. And very advanced high school pitcher.
So you expect the draft. This is Mike Flanagan, Joe. How's the rest of the draft going to look to you? How do you see this draft overall?
Well, I think it's a good draft. I think that it's funny, Mike. We're going to sit here for 4 hours and watch about 50-something more players come off, and so we'll have all night to look at our board and kind of see where we're going to head tomorrow morning, at noon or whatever, first thing. But I think it's a good draft. It's all about, like every year, trying to take some of the right ones.
I was going to say, is there any more Bundys in that family for next year's draft?
No, I think we got the last one. We got the last 2.
Mark Reynolds, runners on at first and second here. The Orioles have a run in, and Reynolds will swing and foul it off. Joe, is this a year where you look at overall athletic talent, or are you looking at positions?
No, I mean, it's about ability, really. I mean, we've got some targeted guys on our board that play specific positions, but really for the most part, it's just lining them up and trying to take the best available player each round, at least for a while.
Yeah, how's this draft look for left-handed pitching?
Well, it looks good if it comes off right. We've got some guys targeted that we really want to get, and we'll just have to see.
A 1-ball, 2-strike count here with runners on at first and second base. With Reynolds at the plate, the Orioles have added to it and have a 2-0 lead here. What was the reaction from Dylan Bundy when you had a chance to talk to him, I'm assuming, Joe?
Well, I haven't spoken to Dylan yet.
Okay.
He's at a big party with Archie Bradley, another right-hander there in the States that's very talented, and they've got a bunch of family and friends, so they haven't quit yelling yet, I guess.
I was wondering, he's kind of in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's from the great state of Oklahoma.
Right. I figured you had to get that in there.
All right, 2-ball, 2-strike count, and Reynolds will take the pitch all the way to the backstop. Suzuki's got no play anywhere, and the Oriole runners will move up. Yeah, Joe, I know that you've thought about this, and it's so hard to do, but for Dylan Bundy, what do you see the progression of development for him? What's he got to do?
Well, really, what he's got to do is go be himself because, as I said before, he has stuff right now to get good hitters out, and he really doesn't need to change anything, and I don't think he will. I mean, he's got the quality. He knows who he is, and basically goes out and pitches to his strengths, and, he's under control, and so that's what he needs to do.
All right. Joe, we really appreciate it. Thanks very much for sharing the thoughts. Congratulations on getting the one you wanted, and I hope that stays the same all the way through these 3 days for you.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe. So there you have it, Dylan Bundy, the high school phenom, selected by the Orioles in the 4th overall pick, and expected a right-handed pitcher, big power pitcher from Oklahoma. The Orioles have loaded the bases with the walk to Reynolds, and Gonzalez in real trouble. Nobody out. Here's Reynolds. He'll take the air in right center field. That ball is deep near the warning track. It'll be taken in by Sweeney. Tagging up the score will be Wieters, and going over to third is Hardy. And the Orioles have a 3-0 lead on the sac fly.
Yeah, getting on the board early, putting a lot of pressure on Gio Gonzalez, the bottom of this lineup. And they were fortunate to get a double play out of Adam Jones. Other than that, they've had good at-bats all the way through this lineup one time through and are back to the top again.
Rymo gets his 8th run batted in on the sac fly, and back to the top of the order. Only one away. Andino singled and scored in the first inning. Runners at first and third. Hardy the lead runner. Reynolds over at first base. Gonzalez with his 4th wild pitch of the year that moved those runners up. Makes the throw over to Barton, who's holding the bag. Two errors helping to contribute to the offense for the Orioles committed by Oakland so far. Trying to push that to right field. Wow. That was a little ugly, actually. And Barton gets it.
And right down the tunnel for Andino. Let's take a look at this bunt attempt. Looked like a little bit of a push. Yeah, he was trying to slap it.
Not a good day to do that, because everybody was out bunting today.
Early.
And I mean everybody. But Showalter said, I can't believe we've got some guys on this team who I've talked to who have said, I never bunted before, and I don't know how. He said that can't happen. That cannot happen.
Yeah, we will learn. This is earlier today. Even technique. That's the thing you go through, and if you're a power hitter in the minor leagues, and you're really just not involved in it. Like Showalter showing how he does it. And again, most of these players that are hitting 7, 8, 9 in this lineup pick cleanup in the minor leagues.
But as Buck Showalter said, that's unacceptable. If you're playing in the minors, you've got to be taught how to bunt. Whether you're going to be a cleanup batter or hit number 9, you got to know the fundamentals of the game.
It really is part of your job requirement.
Yeah. And he was not happy about the fact when he found out how many of the Orioles didn't know how to bunt. 0-1 count, runners at first and third. And the throw over to get him back. Nick Markakis, fielder's choice his first time up. Fielder's choice and an error. You see the numbers for Nick as the struggle has continued here in about every category offensively for him. He worked with Jim Presley today, and as Nick is one of the most tinkering of hitters with his stance, and they've moved the hands up. Jim Presley and he were out early, and in order for Nick to get to that hit position, to get cocked and ready to swing, they felt he was coming with his hands too low, and he wasn't getting where he needed to be. So they've moved the hands up to where he was going anyway. And the pitch will be taken up high, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, much like tinkering with the pitcher's mechanics, the same is true with the hitting coach. He's trying to find one thing at the beginning or his setup that brings his swing where it should be when it's ready to meet the baseball. Sometimes the hands go up, sometimes the hands go back. I mean, there's been talk of.
And that's going to be a base hit into left field and an RBI. Hardy will score, and the Orioles have a 4-0 lead, and an RBI for Nick Markakis.
Well, I'm sure that swing felt just fine. This one a tougher lefties, tough breaking ball down and away. You see Markakis head right down, tracking the pitch.
Our Jeep Exmo brought to you by the 2011 Jeep Compass. Hardy crosses the plate. Markakis gets his 19th run batted in, and the Orioles have picked up 6 hits already, and we are in the second inning with 2 down. Jones will be the 8th Oriole to come to the plate in the inning. And he'll rattle that one down the line and foul. Jones hit into a double play his first time up.
This is an Oriole offense from top to bottom, really treating one of the better left-handers in the game. If you go back to the lowest ERAs, David Price with Tampa Bay, CC Sabathia, Cliff Lee, Gio Gonzalez right there with that pack.
He is 6th in the league in ERA coming into this game. Pitch will be away. He's also 3rd in strikeouts per 9 innings at 8.8. So he has been an overpowering pitcher with 5 wins and 3 losses, and the Orioles have gotten to him early in this game. He's got a 1-0 record against the Orioles in this his 4th start. 1-1 delivery, and he got jammed. Popped him up. Second base, Ellis. And he's got it. But the Orioles have a big 3-run second inning. They put 4 runs up in the first 2. It's been a while since they've done that. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by Sonic, America's Drive-In. It's new. It's better. It's the new Sonic Good. Brian MATUSZ with some run support early. And a 4-0 lead. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Orioles. No runs, 2 hits for the A's. And the pitch is taken down low. Cliff Pennington playing at shortstop. 3-game hit streak coming in. Pennington 4 for 11 against the Orioles in the games in Oakland. And that pitch is going to be taken down low. Lee Pennington this year against the O's. Couple of runs scored as well as the good numbers. And lifetime 345 with 7 RBIs. He's done a great job in the number 9 spot where he has hit for the season. Obviously with the numbers he's put up, that's about the best of any American League team in the 9-hole. 2-1 delivery to him. That's a strike. Brian MATUSZ mixing in those changeups. 2-ball, 2-strike count. What he needs right now is some quick innings.
Yeah, he's established his 3 pitches. 4-0 lead.
And Markakis will not have a play on that one. So Pennington gets the leadoff single. Mark Connor, pitching coach, had a chance to see MATUSZ in his first start, obviously. Comments before the game today.
He's not going to stand out there and throw fastballs all the time in fastball counts. He will occasionally, but he told me I'm not afraid to throw a 3-2 curveball, 3-2 changeup, 3-2 slider, whatever the situation calls for. And, you know, as a pitcher, if you can do that, you're going to be successful.
No, you're exactly right. If you can get 3 pitches over the plate in any count consistently, and that's when Brian MATUSZ. What is good about Brian is that his unpredictability. You can't back him into a corner. And he believes that he can get that breaking ball over 3-2. Other pitchers will prove that. I only do that 50% of the time, and that's not high enough percentage. On a good night, I can do it.
Here's COCO Chris, the leadoff batter, strikeout victim. He's 2 for 4 off MATUSZ. Fastball hit hard to center. Jones going back. Adam Jones out the warning track on the wall, and he's got it. Of course he's got it. He catches everything.
Well, what he does so great with this catch, he does his hard running first. Watch as soon as the ball is hit. He is in full stride, and then right here he slows down, times it, and I'm sure sensing where the wall is as he hits the warning track. Knows exactly how many steps he has on that track. But that's the proper way. Do your hard running first and get under control. Track the ball, and that's when your head stays still and you can make the play.
70% first pitch strike so far for Brian. 1 away. Here's Barton, who's singled, has a 4-game hit streak. Runner at first, fouled off. Thought Adam was talking around the batting cage today. He would like to see the warning track changed from the rubberized surface that's out there now to real dirt.
Yeah, you can't dive on this type of surface. I think that's.
Plus, balls tend to bounce over for both teams. But he says, look, we play here for half a season. We have a lot of ground rule doubles that if the ball stayed in the yard, we'd have more runs scored, even though they'd be doubles. We've had a number of times this year where runners from first have had to stop at third because of a ground rule double. So Adam's suggestion as he gets into the exterior gardening business is to leave the rubber padded until you get to the outfield foul line, and then from foul line to foul line put in real dirt.
So he's put some thought into it.
Yes, he has. He has. He's also opening up a dirt company.
Just happens to be a tie.
He's going to put the bid in.
Yes.
Yes. Here's the delivery to Barton, and then he'll foul it off. Pennington on at first base with one away. Most extra base hits with no home runs. How's that for a number?
Yeah, Derek Barton, 12 extra base hits, all doubles.
Ichiro's on that list. Dexter Fowler of Colorado. 0-2 count to Barton. Oh, got fooled again. Boy, MATUSZ has had, from his viewpoint, some really good swings.
Yeah, let's take a look at this 0-2 pitch. Kind of a cross between a cutter and a breaking ball.
3 strikeouts in the ballgame for MATUSZ, 2 down after the leadoff single. Connor Jackson now, he delivered a single and was thrown out at second base trying to extend it. Same thing that happened to Vladdy in the first inning. Pitch to Jackson, and that will be taken for a strike.
In some ways,
1 for 4 off Brian.
Yeah, that's somewhat surprising about Brian MATUSZ, is really how few minor league innings he's had. When he went back out on this rehab assignment, was his first start in AAA, he had 16 less innings in the minor leagues than Jim Palmer did coming through. And only 113 minor league innings. Palmer had 129, if you want to check my math. So, but you look at it, Jake Elliott is the next in this rotation. He only really had 300 innings in the minor leagues, and Zach Britton and Guthrie both had well over 500 in the minor leagues. So he really was on the fast track to the big leagues.
Moved along in a hurry by a team that needed pitching help.
Yeah, he is the epitome of that college sort of major league ready pitcher. What's so tough about going through the draft? He was pretty much this product the way he's throwing now, a little bit more refined, obviously, than he was in college, where he had a great college career. He didn't light up the radar gun, still doesn't, but the 3 pitches are, he gets them all over the plate and consistently.
Pennington is running as they expected. The ball to left, Reynolds coming, got to play it on a hop, but will be able to hold the runner even though he was moving. Pennington had a stop, ball hit hard enough. Connor Jackson's 2 for 2. First and second with 2 down. 2110 Utah Street, presented by Southwest Airlines, back at Camden Yards Saturday. Rays will be in for a 7:05 game. One low price, you get the reserve Utah Street bleacher seat, 2110 t-shirt. Space is limited, so we hope you'll join in. Get tickets 888-848-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com. Join Nick and Adam in the 2110 club. It's 4 hits on the board for the A's now, and Willingham up. Willingham struck out his first time up, but does hold the highest batting average of any active player against the Orioles at 400. And the pitch to him will be taken outside for a ball. And the A's trying to get on the board with 2 down. First and second for Pennington and Jackson. Willingham does strike out a lot. And a big cut on that one. 3rd in the American League, 64 strikeouts.
He's up there with the big boys in the K's. Adam Dunn leads with 78. Straight changeup and a good one. Again, he's shown 3 above average pitches that he's willing to throw. So you just can't sort of back him into a count where you can look for a changeup or look for a fastball. You're just not certain what's coming. And what it does, it means he doesn't give up a lot of home runs. He'll give up his base hits, but they'll cut down on their swing because they're just not sure.
Pennington has drawn the attention of Brian MATUSZ since getting on with that leadoff single. He's now out there at second base. Willingham with a 1-ball-1-strike count facing Brian MATUSZ for the first time in this game, and he asked for the timeout, swatting away some late May flies or early June bugs. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. Willingham takes it, and again, that off-speed pitch has jelly-legged a number of hitters already in this game.
Yeah, see, he gets the hitters defensive. That just kind of floated right in. You can see just the speed of it is what fools the hitter. I mean, it's not a low and away on the black changeup. It's the change in speeds that it's doing the confusing.
1-ball-2-strike delivery. Right field, Nick Markakis. MATUSZ gets the fly ball up. That'll end it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. Orioles up 4-0. Weiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Orioles trying to undo some of the damage that's been done to them by the A's over the years with a 20-4 record against the Orioles since 2008. Here's Vladimir Guerrero. Vladdy, a chopper to the middle. Glove, Pennington. Nice play. Pennington way out there to make that throw.
I thought it had enough topspin. This last hop right in the webbing of the glove. Short center field, long accurate throw to get Guerrero by a couple strides. I mean, it really is know thy runner. He had some time. If he tracked the ball, was able to get a hold of it and make a good strong throw, was going to be close.
Lee with a monster cut. Lee had a single and scored in the second inning. One of the 3 runs unearned that the Orioles have put up. This Oakland team, this is the time to get them. Get them while they're down. They have lost the series to New York and Boston. 6-game losing streak, outscored 42-22 in those games. Their starters ERA, incredibly, in the 6 games they've lost, is 8.73. And when Oakland has that kind of a number for their starters, Bob Guerin's club's in real trouble, because that's the foundation of their team. 1-2 delivery. Lee foul tipped that, and it was not held on to. Count will stay at 1-2.
Yeah, they've played, I think, 3 more games than the Orioles have, and they've scored 10 less runs. So it gives you an idea. They're getting their wins really by outstanding starting pitching.
Lee to be followed by Waiters. Derrek at 236 on the year. Left-handers 1-2 delivery to him, and that's to third directly. Rosales is there. He's got it. How do you beat the good starters on this Oakland team? Buck Showalter talked about it.
You know what they're going to do, and it's a tribute to how good they are. I mean, Gio Gonzalez has great stuff. Plus fastball that he can drive on both sides of the plate. breaking ball that's probably one of the top-rated ones, and a changeup. I mean, it's one thing to tell you what they're going to throw and what counts for the most part. It's another thing to be able to make the adjustments to it.
Leaders fouls it away, and the Orioles have adjusted pretty well for the first 2 innings.
Yeah, absolutely. They put some fine swings on. Again, now look at the board. He's throwing 94, 95. I see a breaking ball that's superior. And they're having good swings.
The A's may take a look at the fact that he's pitching on 4 days rest. When he's had 4 days rest, he's 1-2 in 6 starts. 4-1, 5 starts with 5 days rest. Some pitchers that bothers, some it doesn't.
It usually tells you the guys with the extra rest are usually the ones that really like that strong fastball. That extra rest really makes him more of a power pitcher. A lot of pitchers like to pitch with less rest. It usually means there's more movement to the fastball and a better breaking ball.
2-1 delivery on the way to short. Pennington knocks it down, and not quite. Barton, who can stretch with the best of them, not able to handle that one, and Waiters is on again, and a base hit.
I mean, another low rocket, another nice swing by the Orioles. Waiters hits a low bullet and just gets to one knee and picks himself up. It just looked like Barton actually ducked his head a little at the end. Watch at the end. This low hop. Looks like he may have taken his eye off it.
J.J. Hardy is singled and scored. Barton causes your body to flinch when he makes those attempts over there.
If you're older than 25. Yes.
I am.
I was wondering why you were twitching over here.
I had to just move around a little.
We get the medics. They'll be here soon.
Hardy's hitting at 271. Base hit and a run scored in this one. And he's got another one. That's in the gap. Jackson going over to get it. Waiters is going to try for third. The throw will come to second. So Waiters moves over to third base. Hardy's 2 for 2 in the ball game.
It kind of seemed like it turned into kind of a coolish night. It just seems like all the runners are feeling frisky tonight. All feel like taking an extra base, and they're swinging the bats. You know what it feels like? It feels like a lot like that Friday night when they played the Nationals and 20 runs were scored in the game. The ball was carrying. Everybody felt like they had good, strong legs underneath them. Kind of feels like tonight.
So now the Orioles have had 27 hits in 4 games against Oakland, and still have 1 extra base hit.
That'll keep you from twitching.
A double by Hardy in the 3rd game in Oakland. But they've been able to push runs across in this one as they have the 4-0 lead. 8 hits in the ball game now. 1st and 3rd, 2 down. Reynolds drew a walk his first time up. The only one surrendered.
Well, I think it tells you something. I think it tells you that how good this pitching staff of Oakland is. I know Buck Showalter, we just played that clip of that. And what it is, you cut down your swing a little. You're not thinking home run. You're not thinking, hey, this is a poor staff. I can just lean back and swing for the fences. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. That puts some nice at-bats together. If you go from top to bottom in this lineup, you know, I'm not really seeing home run swings, but nice crisp swings.
Popped up first base. Barton in foul territory, and he's got it. So Reynolds is retired. The Orioles no runs on a couple of hits with 2 left on base, 3 complete, 4-0 O's. chance at the Masson booth on Utah Street near Gate A to renew some great memories and get some autographs and say hello. The autograph station opens 90 minutes before first pitch, stays open till 30 minutes before game time. You get some of the former players on hand. It's a great chance for Oriole fans to come back and greet them. That's going to be Monday and Thursday. For details, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Bill Stepka doing a great job taking care of the alumni. Oriole fans on hand in the proper colors. 4-8-0 for the O's, 0-4-2. As Oakland's given up one on-earned run that came in the first inning. Brian MATUSZ, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Gonzalez has had 1 walk and no strikeouts. Kurt Suzuki drew that 1 walk to lead off the second inning. Tried to bunt. I think. No. Wow. Mike Everett at first base said he pulled the bat back.
I'd almost like to check and see if there's a full moon. There's been some strange plays in this around second base early on, and this one, runners thrown out, misplays.
1-1 delivery to him, and that's a changeup down low.
That's a pretty smooth send. Looking up a pretty good lather tonight.
86 degrees when we started, even though humidity was down about 43%. 2-1 deliveries up high. And MATUSZ again will fall behind on Kurt Suzuki, 3-1. Suzuki's 3 for 9 off the Oriole left-hander lifetime. 3-1 pitch. And inside to him, and he walked him again. Some guys you just can't get. Let's take a look at this Stadium Baseball, brought to you by Verizon Fios. Switch to Fios, a network ahead. To learn more, visit Verizon.com/getFios. 1892, Benjamin Harrison became the first U.S. president to attend a Major League Baseball game. In 1939, the first Little League game was played. Carl Stoltz founded the Little League in Williamsport. The World Series is still played there. 1944, D-Day. Major League Baseball canceled their schedule because of the invasion at Normandy. And we sometimes forget D-Day now, but one of the massive Armada invasions of all time that began the end of the war in Europe. 5,000 vessels, 150,000 men, 30,000 vehicles. Part of that invasion of Normandy. There were over 13,000 men who were flown in and parachuted in from about 800 planes that day. And when June 6, when nightfall came, there were 9,000 Allied soldiers dead or wounded on the beaches of Normandy. But 100,000 made it ashore and began the battle to drive the Nazis back in Western Europe. One of the major days in history. D-Day today, 1944.
57 years ago. Had to be a pretty interesting morning waking up.
Oof. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Mark Ellis with a runner on at first. Slow chopper. Hardy will go to second 1. Relay and Dino no. Good hold right there. He had no chance.
A kind of slow and developing fastball called in. Ellis is the topper. Kind of just play for 1. Runner bearing down. Suzuki.
Rosales will stand in with 1 away. Adam Rosales, 28 years old, out of Chicago. Got in only 80 games last year because of the fractured foot injury. Hit .271. He's a .241 lifetime hitter. They get him back into the lineup off the 60-day DL for this game, playing at third base, with Kuzminoff being sent down. That was kind of a surprise today when they announced that Kuzminoff was being designated for assignment. Well, actually optioned, not designated. He had an option left. That was one of the surprises. Most people didn't realize he had an option remaining.
I think a lot of people thought he was kind of established in the major league, and if you're having a slump or a slow period, that you could be able to ride it out at the major league level.
Kuzminoff was hitting .221. He had 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, 6 doubles. I mean, his numbers in this day and age, they're a lot worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we went out and picked out a couple other sort of candidates, so I guess it's one of those things, you can make the move, and so they're trying to shake up the club. I mean, I also went through, they've gone through 20 pitchers already. 20 pitchers. And that's a lot of turnover on your staff. It's a lot of turnover on your everyday lineup. So this is a team that's really is in transition.
2-0 count on Rosales with the runner at first base, Ellis. Ellis's pitch is drilled way back into left field. Raimo looking, and goodbye home run. So Rosales returns with a 2 RBI homer and has cut the Orioles lead in half. It is 4-2, but he better slow down or he's going to pass Ellis. Look at this. Guess Ellis wanted him to take his time.
He said, I'm just coming off the 60-day DL. It's been a long time. I have some fresh legs, middle of the plate. 2-0 fastball, and he does not miss it. Look at the rotation of the shoulders, and head is just dead still. Just a great shot. And I think it would be wise from now on. Anytime somebody's coming off the DL against the Orioles, pitch around him. Go back to what Adam Lind put yesterday, 2 home runs, 4 for 4. Just had a great series coming off the DL.
Our pitch track sponsored by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. So just like that, it is a 4-2 ball game. And Brian MATUSZ surrenders the home run in his second start of the year. And here's Ryan Sweeney. And Sweeney will take the pitch down low for a ball. First home run off MATUSZ in the 2 starts made. Rosales actually has good numbers. He's 3 for 11 with 2 home runs off Brian MATUSZ. Raimo coming over on the fly ball by Sweeney in foul territory. It's did he hang on? Yes, he did. Colby Blazer, the third base umpire, right there as the ball was juggled but held on to.
Yeah, let's track it over as Nolan Raimo goes over, and the webbing of the glove, and then it's the ultimate snow cone right there. Just a great shot. You can see
Corey Blazer hustling down the line to make sure he could see that. 2 down. Here's Cliff Pennington. Win a mass and maximum access experience at Camden Yards. For your chance, text WIN 29292. Message and data rates may apply. In the air, shortstop side, Hardy, and he's got it. But 2 runs in as Rosales delivers the homer, his first of the year, to make it a 4-2 game. America's Sub Shop. Beautiful sunset on the Inner Harbor. Clear skies as the sun goes down. Ahoy, mate! Here's Nolan Ryan. I have no idea what that means. Where'd that ever come? Ahoy. Ahoy, matey. All righty then.
You're out at sea alone in your dinghy. That's why. Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy, matey. I'm alone in my dinghy.
Is anybody listening?
1 ball, 1 strike count on Reynolds. Let me gather two and fold the sheets.
And just make up words as you go along.
Exactly. Reynolds an RBI and a sacrifice fly, and a strike on the inside corner to him. 2-ball, 2-strike count, bottom half of the fourth inning. Guerrero's got an RBI, Wieters an RBI, Reynolds an RBI, and Markakis one. Here's the 2-2. That breaking ball will miss inside from Gonzalez. Orioles here at home playing .500 baseball. Get a win here tonight. Shattered bat. Pennington. Boy, Reynolds makes you hustle that throw. He gets down there in a hurry. Still time to sign up for the Junior Orioles Dugout Club. Kids 14 and under get tickets to 8 remaining Dugout Club games. Subscription to the Orioles Kids Magazine membership cards, only $20. And you get free giveaways at the games, and you can upgrade to lower level seats. That's the Dugout Club. Next Dugout Club game Saturday against the Rays. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. One down, Andino a single, and he is popped out. Andino will take the pitch away. He has become quite the force against left-handers. Andino over 370 against the lefties with a 1-for-2 in this ball game. He now has a 4-game hit streak. 1-1 fastball is going to miss up high. Gonzalez is coming off the start against the Yankees where he took the loss. He gave up 4 runs and 5 hits and 6 1/3 in that game. Third loss against 5 wins. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's lashed into right center. Something about those lefties Andino really likes.
Well, he seems to like the ball up and out over the plate. Second time tonight. Well, even the bunt that he tried to push was about in that same location, and he just goes right with a nice level swing. That's one of the reasons he hits lefty so well. He covers the ball that's away from him so well. He doesn't try to pull it.
The Orioles now have 9 hits, 9 singles. 1 away runner at first base, Markakis. 1-for-2, and he will foul that one back. The Orioles taking Dylan Bundy, the right-handed pitcher out of Oklahoma. The high school phenom is their first choice and 4th overall among the top 10. Garrett Cole, the Pirates pick as expected. The right-hander out of UCLA went first. Danny Hultzen, a left-hander from Virginia, was selected by the Mariners as 2. Trevor Bauer, a right-hander out of UCLA, went to the Diamondbacks, the top 3 picks today. 0-1 count on Markakis. And Nick off the fist. Fouls it back. Rounding out the top 5 in the picks, there they are, with Bubba Starling taken by Kansas City. Starling, outfielder, high school in Kansas. More and more high school players getting picked early in the drafts of late as teams dig down deep. And got him on a called strike 3. That is the first strikeout for Gonzalez.
And again, he has stuff. 0-2 pitch. Last time hit a low and away breaking ball. This time he gets the fastball caught looking.
That may tell you something about Gonzalez's night. The fact he has only 1 strikeout when he averages 8.8 per 9 innings. He has not had that put away pitch tonight to get the Orioles out. Jones 0-for-2. He has sent into a double play and popped out. 2-for-11 now against Gonzalez lifetime. 2 down. That one will get a short. Pennington will go to second. There's the force out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. After 4, the Orioles lead it by 2. Brian MATUSZ has had a couple of problems in the game, but has been able to work around it with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. The home run by Rosales, the runs off him. Key, the Orioles in this game getting a run in the first and 3 in the second. Something they have done very little of, scoring in the first 2 innings of ball games. So that has given them the lead, and they are up 4-2. First pitch, COCO Chris, shortstop. Hardy better take it. There was no one within
calling for it. There was
miles of him.
They're all smiling at him because there was nobody even in the vicinity.
Our AT&T mobility trivia fact: since '54, an Oriole has been walked 110 more times in a season, only once. The story behind the story: Ken Singleton, 118 times he was walked in '75, the most of any Oriole.
That may have been the biggest leadoff hitter since, I guess, Derrek Lee went to AAA on a rehab assignment as a leadoff hitter. Well, he hit leadoff and had a great eye, switch hitter. Well, said he was the best around for getting a walk, getting on base, and that's where he hit.
And he proved it.
Yeah. Couldn't really steal a base or any other things that more traditional leadoff men are able to do, but he could get on base.
Reynolds in foul territory. That ball keeps drifting over there on Reynolds today. Second time he's had to make a catch right up against the wall. Barton is retired.
Yeah, he's lucky that young man is always on that cell phone, that same area that he goes right over into. And enables him to make the play. Those are not easy plays, those last 2. The ball is coming down right kind of wall height, long run.
The Orioles left fielder. Quietly, day in, day out.
He's getting a lot of playing time. He really is the everyday left fielder.
Here is Connor Jackson, 2 for 2. Jackson, with a couple of singles, did not come in with the hot bat. 8 for 44 over an 18-game span in which he hit 182. But against Brian MATUSZ, he's gotten on, but not this time. Jones in center. And there's that quick inning that Brian MATUSZ has been looking for in this ball game. He sets the side down in order. The Orioles have a 4-2 lead. Known the way some of the things are going in this game and up here in the broadcast booth, but apparently we don't have to worry about it.
I think we're safe for a couple more quarters.
Hey mate, how you doing tonight? Good. Brian MATUSZ on the mound for the Orioles. This is just his second start, but for the remainder of this season, to have Brian out there, number 1, and pitching well, number 2, is key.
Yeah, absolutely. And Buck Showalter just loves having left-handers in a rotation, and Brian MATUSZ certainly fills that bill. You can see with the 3 pitches he's using tonight, the success he has, and really the confidence that he has in Brian MATUSZ.
Fly ball, ground ball pitcher ultimately for Brian.
Yeah, he seems to be more of the fly ball pitcher because he pitches up more in the zone. He's not your traditional sinker balling left-hander, and he gets the ground balls off his off-speed pitches.
And I think you get the feel for what it means to score early. We've talked so much about how the Orioles have it. It lends a different flavor to the game if you've got that early lead.
Board, and then adding 4 yourself really changes the dynamics how you play the game. You can run, you can do hit and run. There's a lot more you can do with the lead.
Vladimir Guerrero standing in as he leads off here in the 5th inning. Guerrero's had a single and an RBI. He is also grounded out. Vladdy got thrown out off that single, trying to extend it into a double. We had that happen for each team in that first inning.
I think Vladdy was feeling frisky like the rest of us up here tonight. Just, I feel like I'd steal a base tonight. I feel like I could hit a double and single and leg it out into a double.
Ryan MATUSZ is all for any of that.
Appreciates the run support.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Down to third. Fair ball. Took a bad hop. Rosales still got it. And Barton. Oh, mercy. Tremendous play at both ends to get Guerrero. What a return for Rosales at third base.
Now, this is a scorcher down the line. Gets a little bit of a nice hop right here. Gets to his feet, loads, and throws a low rocket over the first base. That's a couple of hits that Guerrero's lost tonight. One up the middle, and now this one.
Oof. That one will be bounced. One down here in the fifth inning. Derrek Lee has single scored, and he has lined out. Orioles here at home averaging 4.1 runs a ball game. On the road, 3.92. Not much difference. Average very similar. 255 at home, 242 on the road. And that's why the Orioles need to get a little better in those departments to put that home number up. Center field, Crisp is there, and he's got Lee retired, 2 down.
It seems to be some normalcy returning after some wild 3 or 4 innings to start this one off. A ton of hitters already been to the plate for both teams.
Matt Waiters with 2 down and nobody on already has 2 singles in the ball game, and Matt has scored a run and has picked up an RBI. Here's the delivery to him, and the left-hander will miss outside for a ball. Both of these pitchers throw a lot of changeups, and at about any count. Waiters will go after the high heater that time, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Changing speeds again. You can see the stuff, and you look up on the board, and the Orioles have 9 hits and 4 runs off of him.
Seems to be getting better as this game goes along.
15-9 last year. Outstanding 3.23 ERA, and also averaged a little over 5 runs of support, so he's used to even a little bit more than he's getting tonight.
Matt with his 16th multi-hit game fouls it back. He's had 2 3-hit ball games. He's got 2 so far tonight.
I can remember the young arm of Gonzalez, originally a first-round pick, a compensation pick, 38th from the 04 draft, was traded 05, was traded again in 06, and traded again in 08.
Waiters got jammed on that one. Gonzalez will make the play over to first base and will get the out. So he has a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed 5 here at Camden Yards, first of 3 against the A's, and the Orioles are up. The Orioles, that was announced before today's game. He'll go up against TBA. Not clear yet who's going to be the starter for Oakland. Our coverage on MASN HD begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Verizon 4G LTE. Game time is what you need right here on Masson. Moscoso probably is going to start that game, but he was used out of the bullpen, so they've withheld. Oakland has, announcing who that starter is going to be. He is a right-hander. We possibly could see another left-hander make that start for Oakland. They may flip-flop the days and have Josh Outman as the starter. That'll be fouled off, and Willingham in the changeup, who's gone 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out. Willingham hitting at .246. .24-year-old MATUSZ on the mound, looking for his first win of the year and his second start, and that's going to miss inside for a ball. This Oakland team comes in 13th in average and 14th in runs. They are also last in home runs, so their offense has really struggled, even while their ERA has been number 1 overall. Their starters, ERA at 3.13 is the best in the league, and their bullpen is 4th at 3.38. And even though pitching is absolutely essential, Oakland tells you the other side of the story. You've got to score some runs sometime.
Now you got to put a few on, at least a few on the board. And they've scored 10 less runs than the Orioles, and they played 3 more games.
COCO Crisp has been a part of the offense at the top, struggling along with a lot of others in the lineup. Willingham with a 3-ball 2-strike count. And again, he had the double clutch on that. Andino is back, and he's got it. 1 away. Suzuki will be coming up on Sunday. The first 20,000 fans 15 and over at the Rays O's game at 1:35 get the Orange O's cap presented by DAP. Don't miss this annual fan favorite event. Great summer afternoon here at Camden Yards. Get your tickets in advance and save at 888-848-BURR to go to Orioles.com.
Well, we're talking about whether he's a fly ball pitcher or not. Brian MATUSZ, that is. Last 6 outs, all fly balls.
Suzuki's the only one to draw walks here. He's got both walks surrendered by Brian MATUSZ. Suzuki's 3 for 9 off the Orioles left-hander. The 0-1 delivery will be rattled into the seats. That's a foul ball. You don't want to get in front of that one, on the field or off. Two-strike count on Suzuki. That'll go to the middle and a base hit. So 3 times up and 3 times on. Suzuki with a 1-out single here in the 6th inning. That'll bring Ellis up. 6 hits in the ballgame now for the A's. Well, Sizemore is going to hit. Sizemore just called up today. That's got to mean something's wrong with Ellis. Wow. This Oakland team just trying to keep people on the field. Sizemore will take the off-speed pitch. It is in there for... No, miss for a ball, sorry. So the first at bat for Sizemore. He was acquired from the Tigers on May 27 when David Percy was traded the other way, playing at AAA ball. Sizemore was at AAA Toledo at the time and was hitting .408 in the first 23 games there. Then moved over to Sacramento AAA, hitting .267. He's had a good offensive start to this season. He was playing third base. Johnson up for the Orioles. This is MATUSZ's second start, so they're watching pitches, and he's at 90. Ooh! Man, right by the glove. There's a base hit for Sizemore.
That's what they say. Always try to get the glove up. At times when they're hit back, there's nothing you can do. The ball just looks like a blur. You see it out in front of you, and then it's by you. And happy is usually for the next 4 or 5 pitches at least you start getting the glove up and getting defensive.
Boy, that was scary.
remember David Wells got hit by a line drive like that, and for about his next, I'd say 10 or 12 starts, every time he let it go and they swung, he flinched.
So Sizemore gets his first at bat as an A, gets a single. Rosales delivered the home run, 4th inning.
A long time on the DL.
Fractured foot put him there, and he's back today. 2nd home run lifetime off MATUSZ. This game very much up for grabs here. 4-2, 6th inning, 2 on, 1 out. Rosales, and that may be it. 90 pitches. You wonder if there's more to this than 90 pitches.
I mean, the pitch count is saying that, but he really has looked like he's labored tonight. It looked like this is a conference and not a quick move. A lot of times Buck will signal right away when he's made his mind up. Looks like he wanted to have at least a little discussion.
Well, there'll be some questions asked after the ball game on this as to why as Brian MATUSZ looked as though he was rocking along all right. He leaves with a chance to be the winner, responsible though for the 2 on base. Start. They will throw 89 in this one, and a very good line for him, and he'll sit and watch.
Yeah, he's pitched pretty well, and then just the last couple of base hits, and Jim Johnson up quickly, and Jimmy Johnson has been one hot pitcher out of the bullpen. No earned runs over the last 9 2/3, and left-handers just hitting him barely over 200. So he has been on a roll for Buck Showalter. GRA has been lowered from 5.14 on May 4th to 2.84 at the moment. You see the numbers, strikeouts creeping up, walks still staying low, and it really has exhibited outstanding stuff. Sinker, power sinker.
He goes to work with runners on at first and second base. Rosales, the home run. Last time up, there are your base runners, Suzuki and Sizemore.
And what we've seen in the past, and certainly with games with Arrieta as star, you'll see Jimmy Johnson in the 7th, Koji in the 8th, and Greg for the 9th. So this is a little bit longer run at that.
1 down, and Johnson will step off.
But that is the most functioning part of the Oriole bullpen, is that Johnson, Koji, Greg connection.
Rosales 1 for 2 off Johnson. 7 hits for the A's. Breaking ball that he ducked away from is a called strike in the inside corner. Adam Rosales, 1 ball, 1 strike count. By the way, Brian MATUSZ is pitching against an Oakland team that was 10-5 against left-handed starters, the 6th best win percentage against left-handed starters in the American League.
Yeah, they've been 6-2 on the road against lefties.
So no easy lineup in that regard. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and he reaches back to the mound. Johnson, there's one. Nice pickup by Hardy. Nice play in the low throw. 1 to get it and 2 to get the throw off. No runs on 2 hits. No errors and a base runner left on. This is how you turn it. Congratulations, Linda Whitaker from Baltimore. A double play and $1,000 to you. Compliments of Johnson, Hardy, and Lee.
Orioles on the board early and often. In the first, it's Vladimir Guerrero knocking in a run. And then in the second inning, they would add 3 more to that to go up 4-0. Hardy with a base hit, 3 straight base hits along the way. The A's would add 2 more in the fourth and a 2-run homer by ROSALES, and we sit at 4-2.
And that one put up in the air to left field. And Reynolds is retired.
So Brad Mattis out of the game, 5 1/3, 7 hits, couple earned runs. Pretty effective outing. Matt Wieters 2 for 3 RBI and a run, and ROSALES again off the disabled list. 2-run homer for the Athletics.
The Orioles with a 4-2 lead here in game 1. The Orioles 7-13 against left-handed starters, hitting .248 against the lefties and .250 against the right-handers. Not a tremendous difference there, but Orioles have continued to be among the top 3 in lowest win percentage in games started by left-handers. That breaking ball is going to miss outside.
What's kind of amazing through this is Gonzalez has given up 4 runs and 9 hits and is in pretty good shape pitch count wise with all those base hits. Just 86 pitches so far.
Reynolds 1 and 2.
He's got a chance to get through 7. And that really is his limit.
It is amazing how opponents' pitchers have been much more efficient this year than have the Orioles pitchers. 1-2 delivery. That'll be taken up high. Take a look at our Hollywood Casino League leaderboard with the A's. Starter ERA, it's number 1, then Seattle, Texas, Angels, and Yankees. Our league leaderboard. 2-2 delivery, and that's strike 3 called. Our league leaders brought to you by Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Action-packed table games, red-hot slots await at Hollywood Casino and Charlestown Races.
With a 2-2 pitch to Mark Reynolds. It's pretty much right down the middle, 94.
Gonzalez with a couple of strikeouts in the ball game. 2 down.
He averages just about 9 per 9 innings.
Reynolds has had a sacrifice fly and he is grounded out. Nolan hitting at .313. The availability of Luke Scott unclear. Luke is not making starts against left-handers. Whether he can play the outfield because of that arm is very much in question. That one hit hard to center. COCO Chris will back up and put it away. And another 1-2-3 inning as Gonzalez has now retired 8 in a row. The Orioles, though, have the 4-2 lead. Inglewood tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Report. Hot topics and discussions around the league. Live batting practice look-ins, interviews from Oriole Park, and a recap of the O's first day in the draft. Check out the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 6:30, right here on MATUSZ. Jim Johnson on the mound, got the double play to win the last inning. Sweeney, and a strike taken. Orioles have held this lineup down. Coming in not hitting, and the Orioles hope to send them back to the hotel not hitting tonight. Sweeney at 304 on the year, making the start in right field. He's had a couple of hits in 7 at-bats in the 4 games against the Orioles this year. The first base lead, Johnson, nice throw. It's a real off there and balance throw for D. Lee.
He just makes that play just look so easy, and it's not. He really had to contort his body to throw back and give Jimmy Johnson a good lead feed. I mean, just watch how smooth these. That's what Buck Showalter talks about, it just calm under pressure. Nice flip, right chest high, right in stride to Jimmy Johnson. And right there, just give it to him plenty of time where he can catch the ball and then find the bag. That's not as easy as he made that look.
It's a quarterback throwing back across the middle. 1 away. Pennington batting ninth, has singled and popped out. 4-game hit streak now for Pennington. He does not have an at-bat against Jim Johnson. Ryan MATUSZ leaving the ball game with a couple of runs, 7 hits, 5 1/3 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Brian with a chance to win his first game of the year in his second start. That will go foul. MATUSZ getting up the 2-run homer to Rosales. That's the only extra base hit for either team in this ballgame. Other draft picks, we went through the first 5 with you. The Nationals got Anthony Redden, the third baseman out of Rice University, highly touted. Diamondbacks took another big name, Archie Bradley. He went 7th. Broken Arrow High School right-handed pitcher. The Indians got Francisco Linder, a shortstop, out of Montverde Academy in Florida. The Cubs, Javier Baez, a shortstop from Arlington County Day School. And the Padres, Corey Spanenberg, second baseman out of Indian River State in Florida. 2-2 delivery to Pennington. Perhaps the most interesting I thought out of this, Mike, is the fact that out of the top 10, 5 were college kids and 5 were high school players.
Yeah, but it is a
young pitchers.
Yeah, young pitchers with good arms and good futures. That's the projection that you have to be able to make.
2-2 delivery to Pennington towards the hole. Hardy will get in front. 2 down. Defense working in this game. Both clubs, but especially for the O's. We were just talking between innings about Hardy. A better shortstop, I think, than most fans and most of us in the booth thought.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch him every night, I mean, nothing spectacular. He makes all the plays, plays hard, seems to position himself well, intense, pitch to pitch, turns the double play, above average arm, accurate.
Bounder again to first base. Lee is going to take this one himself, and Coco Crisp is retired. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Flash straight. Drink responsibly. and the number 4 pick overall. Some excited, celebrating with family and friends there. His brother is playing at Frederick. He was an 8th round pick of the Orioles. When you were doing this, Mike, in the front office on this day, what were you most concerned with? What were you thinking about?
Well, you get a little anxious, I think, for what's going on. Who's going to fall before your pick? How are you going to project out the picks that you have on your board? And it really is interesting to sort of track the players that you don't take, who goes after you, where they go, just to see how you have your players evaluated. So it's a really interesting and unique process.
Buck Showalter refers to it as a crapshoot. Do you agree with him on that?
Well, I hope it's more than that.
I think with the first round the names are there, and there generally isn't a big surprise in the entire first round, really. It's after you get by the first round that it's like, oh my gosh, now what do we do?
And frankly, that's where you really can do a lot of your best work. I think Buck touched on it, that, let's go back and look at the 2nd, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th and 7th. There will be a major leaguer in those rounds. I mean, I was talking at home even today, and just talking about how, a guy on the West Coast versus a guy on the East Coast. And I really was the example I used with myself and Scott McGregor, both out of high school. In high school, he won more games than I played. I mean, that's how, out of whack it was. And up in New Hampshire, so I think he won 50 games. I think I played 50 games in 4 years of high school. So is it, Scotty got maybe more exposure, better weather, certainly. But they thought I was 6'2", 230 because I had 12 sweatshirts on. So I guess because I was cold.
There's Wirtz in the bullpen, and that's why scouting's so important, because you're dealing with those variants that are so enormous and trying to figure out what it means. 2 ball, 2 strike count. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Andino's gone. That'll be the 3rd strikeout recorded by Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to hang around long enough.
Yeah, just staying in the game. 2-2 pitch, 90, still throwing hard. 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Mark Ellis came out of the ball game at second base with a hamstring strain. So Sizemore, who came on to hit for him, stayed in the ball game, just added to the roster today, called up from AAA, and he's playing at second base. And a strike taken by Markakis.
And he's throwing as well now as he did early, and it's still hard to believe. But boy, to give up, shut out the Orioles now over the last 4 innings, 4 early runs, and it's the way you like to do it against a good pitcher. Get him before he gets his feet on the ground.
Markakis towards second base. Sizemore. And there are 2 down in the 7th. Don't miss your chance to meet Orioles shortstop J.J. Hardy Friday. Orioles official team store, York Galleria Mall in York, PA. JJ will be on hand noon to 1 for signing, meeting with fans. That's Friday. Team store in New York. For details on appearances, go to OriolesReach.com. Here's Adam Jones. Jones has hit into a double play, popped out, hit into a fielder's choice. He has a 5-game hit streak coming in. He had just a 1 for 10 in the games in Oakland. And lifetime against the A's, hitting under 230 now with a couple of home runs. This has been a pitching staff which has given him some problems, as it's given a lot of people. 0-1 count. And Adam down to 3rd, fouls that one off. Koji O'Hara getting ready in the bullpen. Jim Johnson has worked an inning and 2/3 and retired the batter's face. 2-strike count. Ground ball to first. Didn't get a good cut on that one. Played to the bag by Martin, and that will retire the side 1-2-3. And Gonzalez keeps rolling along, but the Orioles still have the lead. Hardy's had a big ball game with a couple of hits and a run scored. Brian MATUSZ, a solid 5 1/3, 2 runs, 7 hits, could be the winner in the game. And Matt Wieters, a 2-hit ball game, run scored, and RBI. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Beautiful night here at Camden Yards. Koji O'Hara will come out of the bullpen.
Koji's been on a roll with that good side of the bullpen. Struck out the side in the 8th following Jimmy Johnson. This is becoming a pretty consistent tandem when the Orioles have the lead. In the last 5 appearances, no walks, 10 strikeouts. Jimmy Johnson right in front of him last time. Didn't allow a ball out of the infield. Tonight, the same thing. Struck out the side all swinging against Toronto. Went through the heart of that lineup. Struck out Batista and Lind, who we know what damage they did.
We go to the 8th inning. Jim Johnson, real good job with an inning and 2/3 worth of work, and gave up nothing. Swung and a miss. Here's Derek Barton. Barton has singled in 3 times to the plate, extended his hit streak to 4 games. 7 hits on the board for the A's. The Orioles have 1 unearned run that came in the 1st inning. All the scoring for the Orioles early. They got a run in the 1st. RBI by Guerrero and a single. Got thrown out trying to extend it. Then 3 runs and 4 hits in the 2nd inning as Wieters and Markakis and Reynolds had the RBIs. The 0-2 delivery is foul back.
Lean back type swing by Barton. Short stroke it.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, and that'll be foul back. Barton had been moved down to the number 6 hole. Now has been moved back up to the number 2 spot, even though he was hitting much better in that number 2 hole. Barton had gone 6 for 12, hitting 6th, but they really don't have a lot of choices to hit up top. Pitch will be taken away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. He hit .273 last year. Had 110 walks. American League leader in that department.
Yeah, he talked about his doubles this year, all his extra base hits. 12 at 33 doubles last year. Also chipped in 10 home runs. Had a pretty good year for him. Only missed a couple of games, played in 159. Walked more than he struck out. An oddity in today's game. Yeah. Struck out 102 times, walked 110.
He's only hit .209 when batting, .206 when batting 2nd. And 6 for 12 when he hit 6th. Here's the 1 delivery, and Barton, who's hitting 2nd, hits the fly ball to Reynolds. He's got it 1 away in the 8th inning. Our Haynes game flow. MATUSZ leaving with a couple of runs on 7 hits. Gave up the homer in the 4th inning, but otherwise shut down the A's. The Orioles did the unusual by getting their runs, 4 runs in the first 2 innings, and have not looked back. And have the 4-2 lead. Bob Guerin's team has lost 6 in a row. Gonzalez, their starter, really settled in after the first 2 innings. But the offense has not been able to get back into it, and the Oriole pitchers have held them down.
Yeah, they just don't have the type of offense that they can just rely on 3-run homers and getting a lot of walks. They have to chip away singles and occasional double.
The Orioles, coming into the game, have been outscored 68-32 in the first 2 innings. Belfour has just returned to availability from the DL, warming up. Strike taken to O'Hara, gets it in to Connor Jackson. Jackson a 2 for 3 rather in the ball game. He's had a couple of singles. 1-2 delivery. He'll move in and out of left field in the DH role. You see the record since May 18, 5-13 for the A's. Then the Reds, the Rockies, Royals, and Nationals. Some teams in there who have been very hot earlier in the year. Foul back and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, Cleveland is now cooled off. We got up to that great start. They've lost 4 in a row. 3-7 their last 10. I guess it's the leveling of the season. Things settling in.
Texas, the hottest team in baseball. 2-2 delivery to second base. Andino's there. 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Willingham's gone 0 for 3 in the ball game after his 5 for 11 against the Orioles in Oakland. Koji's pitch is a strike. Talk about streaking. No, not that kind. Daniel Murphy, 2 hits each of the last 7. Only Guerrero and Berkman have done it this year. Johnny Damon, 31 straight games reaching base, longest streak in the majors. Swung and a miss. And Ryan Vogelsong of San Francisco. That's a big number. 6 straight starts with 1 or fewer runs. That's the longest streak going of that kind in Major League Baseball this year. Streaking. 0-2 pitch is taken down low. Elvis would still be proud. He may be in the house. Taking a look at those sideburns. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Willingham will go down swinging, and Koji continues very effective. He retires the side in order. The Orioles have a 4-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th. First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the Living Classrooms Foundation. 181 walks, $9,050. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Well, Grant Balfour out of the bullpen has always been a power arm. 26th game of the season. He's been a good luck charm out of the bullpen. 3-1 record. He just was reinstated from the paternity list yesterday after missing the previous 2 games. So back to active duty. 2-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Again, he's always been a power arm. He's been around. He's pitched with the Tampa Bay. Started off with the Twins organization.
The winning years in Tampa, he was a key to the work their bullpen did.
Yeah, Minnesota really gave up on him. It had come through a couple of arm injuries all the way back down to A ball, bounced back in 06 and really 07. Just got a cup of coffee with the Brewers.
Gonzalez did a heck of a job, the starter. 4 runs, 3 earned. On the 9 hits, he walked 1, struck out 3, and he retired the last 11 batters that he faced. But for Bob Guerin's club, it was already behind the 8 ball and remains that way. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Orioles leading at 4-2. Vladdy, part of the offense in the first inning with the RBI single. Now has a 4-game hit streak. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Belfour delivers to him, and that's going to be outside for a ball.
Yeah, really had some great years for Tampa Bay. Go back to, is it 08? 58 innings, 28 hits, 82 strikeouts.
Big cut and a slider away. Guerrero's gone 4 for 7 off Belfort. Vladdy flirting with that 300 batting average at 290 for the moment. 1-1 delivery to him, and that's going to miss down low. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
There's that power delivery. See the hip rotation, landing out over the front foot and putting maximum effort and torque into each pitch.
2-1 delivery. Guerrero back. Our Dodge Ram Exmo brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Guerrero. And refusing to go after that, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Vladdy. Lee waiting. Guerrero with the 6 walks and only 28 strikeouts. Here's the 3-2 pitch and a chopper back to the mound. Belfort. 1 down. Follow the Orioles with MLB.com at Bat 2011 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Scores, highlights, stats, live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking. Text that BAT 31826 or Orioles.com for complete details. Lee is single, lined out, and flied out. Derrek with a couple of fine plays at first base in the ball game. 1 down, nobody on.
I just looked it up. Of course, Balfour, born in Sydney, Australia, is the all-time leader in strikeouts for Australian-born pitchers. At 311 coming into the year. Past Graham Lloyd, who pitched with Milwaukee and the Yankees and had a lot of success. I guess you don't think of a reliever as really leading a country in strikeouts.
No. Not a lot of baseball played there.
If they saw you pulling up in the dinghy, maybe somebody would have recognized
That's where the Ahoy mate came from. That is a towering pop-up, shallow center field. Pennington camped under it, and he's got it. So Lee is retired. Orioles tonight doing something they had not been getting done of late, and that's hitting with runners in scoring position. That Showalter's team at 3 for 7 in the ball game. Obviously, most of that's in the first 2 innings of the game. They came in with a .203 batting average. 5 for their last 27. Greg getting up the closer for the Orioles. So a little better in that tonight. Orioles trying to put together a winning June as we're in the 6th of the month right now. They've only had 1 winning month of June in the last 8 years. And they'll hope to improve on that. Matt Wieters, a couple of singles, and he has grounded out an RBI and a run scored. And Wieters takes the pitch down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. For Matt, put somebody on, please. If somebody's on base, his average is 366. If the bases are empty, it's 202. 1-1 delivery to him, down to first. Martin makes a nice stop, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Belfort. So the Orioles are 3 outs away from recording the W. The closer will be coming on. We go to the 9th. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Harry Thorne, Mike Flanagan, and a hard-working crew. And the man on to try and find the final 3 outs and get a save.
Yep, originally picked in the 15th round of the 1996 draft. So Kevin Gregg, 10th save of the season. Last 5 appearances, 3 out of 3, 5 innings of work, 0 earned runs. 24th appearance on the year for Kevin. Again, that familiar formula of using JJ, Jimmy Johnson, Koji, and then Gregg on the end.
That's where the Orioles like it to be. Brian MATUSZ waiting to see if he gets his first win of the year. Gonzalez is 5-3 on the hook for Oakland.
I mean, you really can make it just about a 6-inning game, even a little bit shorter than that. And that's, remember when Davey Johnson was managing, he had a bullpen like that. He said, you know, if I get the hammer in the 6th, I'm using it.
Yep.
And of late, it's been Jimmy Johnson, Koji, and Gregg on the end.
Suzuki 1 for 1 off Gregg. He leads it off. Sizemore and then Rosales due up. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Kurt Suzuki. Couple of walks and a single. PA is now in left field. Reynolds out. Defensive change. Gregg with a 2-1 delivery. And a strike. Kevin Gregg appeared in one of the games on the West Coast trip. He worked an inning. Gave up 3 walks, but no runs charged against him. It's his 14th game lifetime against Oakland. He has a 0-1 record and 3 saves against the A's. 2-2 delivery and Suzuki's gone. A strikeout.
Pretty good breaking ball. 2-2 breaking ball to the outside corner. Again, this combination of Jimmy Johnson, Koji, and Gregg have been racking up the strikeouts.
1 down. Sizemore, 1 at bat. He had a single, just added to the roster today. Andy LaRoche had been designated in order to get Belfort back prior to the game today and yesterday, and as a result, coming into the day, they had no backup infielder on the bench. So Sizemore was added, called up from AAA before the game today. Foul back. Take a look, talk about achieving dreams. Our PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Steve Johnson at Bowie, the right-hander, starts this season with AA, 4-1, great 2.02 ERA, and a strikeout to walk ratio outstanding. 2 ball, 1 strike count from Gregg. Sizemore had played 17 games with the Tigers this year before he got sent down when he was with Detroit prior to the David Percy trade that brought him to Oakland. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles run in the first. Guerrero 3 runs in the second. Is it going to be enough to stand up for 9? Markakis in right field going back. It's carrying. He reaches. He's got it. Sizemore retired. 2 down. Updating you on the AT&T Player of the Game voting. You still have time to text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. Kevin Gregg with a couple of quick outs here. The bullpen now, Johnson, Koji O'Hara, and Gregg, they're going for their 9th scoreless game out of the last 13. Rosales has delivered the only runs, a 2 RBI homer in the 4th inning. And he will take the pitch for a strike. $10,556, 10,556, the announced attendance on their feet. Rosales 0-2. Brian MATUSZ waiting for his first win of the year and the 16th of his career against 14 losses. Gonzalez on the other side would be 5-4 if this score holds up. The 0-2 delivery will bounce away and into the screen. after the save. Here's the 1-2. He's got it. Retires the side 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts, and the Orioles have game 1 of the series. 4-9-0 for the O's. The A's 2-7-2. Ryan MATUSZ the win. Gonzalez the loser. Kevin Gregg the save.